Hi, my name's Courtney and I'm a mom of four, and I have a little bit of advice for first-time moms that might help you out. And this is all going to be very sporadic advice, not going to be much. First advice is when it's time to have the baby, you're in labor, or maybe you found out you're going to be induced. Whatever your birth plan is, whatever is going to happen, only tell the people closest to you. Don't go on your social media and announce it. Only tell the people who you talk to and are close to, because when you're in the hospital going through labor, or you're being induced, or if you're even having a C-section, there's a lot going on, you're stressed, and you don't want people bugging you. Even if you're not responding, you don't want to hear your phone, you don't want to pick up your phone for any reason and see 50,000 notifications. So just don't tell people when it's time, except for the people who are closest to you. My other advice is get a sound machine for the baby. And when it's time to sleep, turn that sound on, because it helps. There's studies for it, and I don't know any of them. Can't recommend any to you, but I've seen it, that the babies get used to that sound. And so when they hear that sound, they think, it's time to go to sleep. It's time for rest. And so I turn it on every day for my littlest one. He goes to sleep. If you want to swing, I honestly recommend the little travel swings, ones that are really small. They swing just as good as the big ones. I don't think you can choose, like, if you go forward or go sideways, but I used it and it took up way less space than a humongous big swing. Also, significantly cheaper. Get a bassinet. If you are not wanting to go sleep, there's my little one. If you're not wanting to go sleep, get a bassinet. Keep it in your room, because it's so much easier than having to go to the baby's room 1,000 times a night when they are still waking up 1,000 times a night. Sleep when the baby sleeps. I know you hear that. You've heard that a lot, but it's true. Sleep when the baby sleeps. Even if you can't sleep, lay down and close your eyes. Lay down and rest. Put your phone down. Turn off distractions. Just rest. Another advice for moms especially is you always hear the jokes about, like, you're not gonna get to do anything anymore. One of them being showering, which I think is a crock of baloney. Put the baby in the bathroom with you. Even put the baby in the shower with you if you're comfortable with that. If your water's not too hot, put the baby in the bathroom with you. I put my littlest one in the shower with me. I would get a full shower. Now not as much, because he moves around and he likes to play, and so the whole time I'm fighting to keep him from getting into stuff or turning the water to a different temperature, because he knows how to do that now. But yeah, just put the baby in the shower with you, or put him in the bathroom with you, and take that shower, take that bath. Another one is get those body bottles set up before you go to sleep. It helps in the middle of the night when you're exhausted. If you're feeding by bottle. If you're feeding by breastfeeding, I have no advice for you. I wasn't able to do that with my first, and I chose not to do it with my second, which is something I regret, which now doesn't make any sense because I just said I have 4 kids. I do have 4 kids. The 2 oldest are not any that I birthed. Another thing, if you haven't already seen, if you have a coat for your little one, and this goes up into any age, if you have a coat for your little one come winter, do not put the coat on the child in the car seat. It is dangerous. You can look this up anywhere. It's not safe. Just put them in their car seat, put a blanket over them, or put the coat on backwards and put their arms in it. Mom to mom, we're not going to judge you if we see you get your little one out of the car without a coat, because we know that you're not supposed to have a coat on in the car seat. Check with your local hospital. Most hospitals give you lots of stuff in the hospital. With my first, I took everything I thought I could possibly need. Didn't use any of it. With my second, all I took was 1 coming home outfit and 2 blankets. And that was all I brought, because the hospital provided everything else. My hospital provided this little half onesie where it says like halfway up, so I don't even have to take it off to change diapers. Oh, that's another thing. When you have your little one, especially when they're really small, Take off their socks if you're changing a poopy diaper. Trust me on this, just take off your socks if you're changing a poopy diaper, because you're going to get really frustrated when every time you do that, they stick their little foot in, which is another thing I recommend. If you change a poopy diaper, you've taken off their socks, check their feet before you get done. Check your feet before you put it all up, because there's a good chance there's poop on the bottom of that foot. Now, I don't know why they do it, but they do it. Don't be afraid to tell people no. That is your child. You have all the authority. You have the only authority. That is your child. Honey, you had the pregnancy. You delivered that child. That child belongs to you. You are allowed to say no to anyone and everyone if you want to. You also are allowed to say yes to people, as long as it doesn't hurt the child. Remember to keep the child's best interest at heart. I told you that was going to be sporadic advice. That's all I have for right now. I might make another video about it if more advice comes to mind. Maybe the next time I'll write it down and it just won't be popping into my brain as I think about it. But yeah, that's my sporadic advice for first-time moms. Have a good day.